Here are 6 reasons why being an online coach or teacher is the best job in the entire world, if it's part of your soul's path. In 2019, I started my online coaching business, and it's been exactly 6 years as of a few weeks ago. And I'm just reflecting on how magical it's been. The first most amazing part, and I really can't rank them in any order because all 6 reasons are amazing. The first is location freedom. The reason I became an online coach and teacher is because I wanted to live wherever I wanted. I didn't want to be locked in. I had this urge to travel the world. I had never solo traveled. And once I became a coach, I moved to the West Coast of the United States. I had always lived up and down the East Coast. It was a dream. I moved to Portland, then I moved to California. Then I took my first ever solo trip to beautiful Costa Rica. And here I am many years later. Now this is my home base. But in the past several years, I've been full-time traveling. I've worked from Mexico, different parts of Mexico, Bali, Belize. I've worked from different parts of the United States, Colorado. I met some amazing friends when I was in Mexico, and they invited me to live with them in Colorado. So I went and lived with them and did a ski season in Colorado. So location freedom has been so amazing because I believe it's a part of my soul's path to experience a lot of different cultures and meet a lot of different people and bring whatever gifts I have to offer just through my energy and frequency to different parts of the world. And having an online coaching and teaching business allows you the opportunity to work from anywhere, to teach online, and then to even teach in person. So I've taught classes around the world. I've met clients around the world. It's been so amazing. So location freedom is the first. The second is financial freedom. So what's so magical about being an online coach and teacher is you, one, can charge whatever you want and help as many people that you want. And I feel really lucky and blessed to have hired quite a few high-level business coaches and energy coaches from day one. And they really taught me to sell high ticket to a small amount of people. So that's what I focused on. And I will say, if you're an entrepreneur, you probably have experienced this. Being an entrepreneur is such an inner journey. And when it comes to money, it is one of the quickest, most potent paths to expanding your consciousness around money, rewiring money beliefs that are very lacking and limiting. And what I've really discovered is that money is an energy. We have created money. We never used to have it. We used to just barter and trade things, and then we designed money. It's fabricated. And money comes to us through our energy and frequency and through being of service. And when you really get that down and you learn how to be of service from your heart without focusing on money, without pressuring yourself to make sales or attract clients because you want more money, but really to be of service, oh my gosh, the abundance that flows is absolutely life-changing. My first year and a half working online as a coach and teacher, it was intense. It was intense, let me tell you. Looking back, I think it would have been smarter for me to have a part-time job at the time, so there wasn't so much pressure around my finances. But it also taught me to get really good at shifting my energy and frequency from stress and lack into abundance and love and magnetism. And within my first year and a half, I started making consistent $8,000 to $9,000 cash from teaching about manifestation and self-love to these small group coaching programs and having one-on-one clients. And that was so amazing and so life-changing. I had never made more than $1,500 a month up until that point, because I was in college and then I went and got my master's in psychology, and I had never had a real job. And then when I got out of my master's, I started working as a personal trainer. I always knew I wanted to teach. I was always passionate about it. But I was like, I don't want to go get my PhD and then teach at a university. It felt too restraining. I didn't want to go to school for another 6 years after I had already been in university for 6 years. And of course, the universe guided me to learn about the online world, which granted me the location freedom, the financial freedom that I worked towards. And I remember it so vividly. When I was beginning to make that much money, I was mind blown. I was like, wait, I was dealing with really severe hormonal acne at the time, and I was like, wait, I can pay for these natural doctors to help me understand what's going on with my body, and I can spend $300 on supplements. And I bought a brand new car, and that was such a life-changing moment because the year prior, I sold my car so that I could hire a coach and so that I could fund myself while I was starting this online business thing. So I was going without a car for a year, and then I was able to buy myself a brand new one, which was just like so cool. I remember I went to the dealership and they asked for proof of my income, and when he was looking at the paperwork, seeing $9,000 a month so many times, he was like, what do you do? And I told him, I was like, I love my job, it's so fun, I do this. And he was like, what? This is crazy. So a lot of financial freedom is possible, but I would not become a coach or teacher if that's the only thing you're looking for. You really want to be passionate about what you do. I am endlessly passionate about what I do. I'm always studying and learning and obsessed with supporting my clients and creating new things, improving my work, becoming more of a master. And mastery is what magnetizes clients. If you're just in it for the money, people are gonna feel that. They're not gonna hire you. You're gonna get frustrated. Like, only do it if it's your soul's calling and if it's your soul's passion. If you're just looking for money, I would manifest that a different way. Like, go into cryptocurrency or investing, or there's literally so many business ideas. If you're gonna help other people, make sure your heart's in it, and that will magnetize so many clients. You will help so many people. And a byproduct, location freedom, financial freedom. And that brings me to the next one, which is time freedom and creativity freedom. So I'm gonna blend these two, okay? Time freedom and creativity freedom. What's so cool about being your own boss and being so good at coaching and teaching on a certain subject is you get to design whatever it is that you want to teach. And you get to create a format that allows you to support a ton of people with a very limited amount of time that you need to put in. How I designed my schedule and my map for how I work years ago is this. At the beginning of the year, I design and offer and launch a high-level, high-ticket offer that supports a small amount of people throughout the year, so for about 5 or 6 months. And what this does is it allows me to focus on one launch for about a month, enroll my soulmate clients, receive a lot of financial freedom, and then I support them. My number one focus for the next 5 to 6 months is to support them in what they enrolled into. But because it's a group and because we're moving through one thing at a time, I only need to put in between 2 to 4, sometimes 6 hours a week into supporting them. And that allows my calendar to be so clear. I could show you a screenshot of my calendar and you'd see it's completely clear except for the workouts that I have scheduled, any life events I have scheduled, and then you'll see just a few hours a week, if that, where I'm teaching a class. I just tripped a little. Where I'm teaching a class or I have a one-on-one client. And that is so amazing because it really breaks the illusion that we need to work really, 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 really hard in order to make an impact, in order to grow our abundance, in order to feel freedom. Like, you get to feel freedom today. You get to create it and structure your life to experience freedom as soon as possible so that you can fully enjoy this life, so that you can really, really get the most out of this life today and every day. And as a coach or teacher, no matter if you're coaching and teaching on manifestation like me or some other topic, your joy of loving and living your life and enjoying your life flows out into your clients. It amplifies your business. It creates more of a ripple effect in the world. So I hope this is evidence to anyone out there that you can have a lot of time freedom. But in that time that I have off, I'm not like binging Netflix. Unless I'm on my moon, maybe I will watch a movie or two. I'm studying, I'm meditating, I'm learning, I'm in this high-level energy healing school. I'm hanging out with my girls, I'm surfing, I'm working out, I'm fully taking life by the balls and living it as full as humanly possible. And I have this belief and this knowing that every time, everything that I do that infuses more joy and more love and more abundance and freedom and peace into me is being flown out to my clients, which brings in more creativity. It's like, oh, wow, this part of me has evolved and grown. Let me see if I want to bring this into my coaching offer, into my my group program, into this course. It's so amazing. And the freedom leads to and amplifies the fifth reason, which is feeling so fulfilled. And just that, you know, that feeling when you do something and it just feels right. It's like that was the right thing to do. That felt right. Like this feels right. It feels right to live here. It feels right to be friends with these people. It feels right to be in this relationship. Well, it feels right to have this career. It feels like I'm fulfilling my soul's purpose. And I've actually been leaning in to filling up my schedule more and taking on more one-on-one clients again, which I've never had more than 1 or 2 one-on-one clients since 2020, so a long time, because I love my work so much. And it's so fulfilling and it's so fun and it's so amazing and impactful. And there is nothing that compares to feeling like you're fulfilling your soul's purpose, in my opinion. I know with absolute certainty, if I didn't want to work and I wanted to be absolutely financially free and time free, I could manifest it. 100%, I'm certain. But I don't want to. I've actually kind of leaned into that life when I was in Mexico a few years ago, and I was just like, something's missing. And it was my soul saying, you need to teach, you need to serve, you need to coach. And then when I start doing that, it's like this flow of energy. So if you are a coach or teacher, or if you're feeling guided to become one, this is the feeling you want to feel. That's when you know you're in alignment. That's when you know you're in the flow. And energetically, if you want a little tip or hack to growing your business and amplifying your business, become super aware of when you feel stress or pressure and stop everything and get back into this feeling of flow. Because when you're pressuring yourself to do something that's not in alignment, it will not feel good. And what happens is you cut yourself off from life force energy flowing through you. But when you're aligned with your soul's purpose and you're noticing where you're leaking energy and you're closing the holes, meaning maybe you have this soul's purpose, but you're leaking energy by thinking so many doubtful thoughts, or by focusing on your relationship too much, or the person you have a crush on too much, or you're actually spending too much time with friends when you're meant to be putting it into your purpose, or too much time scrolling social media or watching TV. Like, notice where all of the holes are in your energy field, close them, and do the thing your soul is asking you to do. What you're gonna start to feel is this channel of life force energy. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel like you're a bit like turned on to life, turned on to your work. It's gonna feel exciting and like momentum. And when you feel that, that means you're connected to the divine. God has got your back. The wind is at your back. Everything flows with absolute synchronicity and ease. This is where you're gonna be like, oh my God, clients just signed up. And I was like, this happened the other day. I had the best weekend ever with my friends, and I look at my phone and I'm like, whoa, I just received $5,000. Hell yeah. And another, to me, I know numbers and money can be triggering for some people, but to me, when I see that number, I see absolute service. So I'm like, oh my God, another person served, another ripple effect created in the world. And then with the money I received, what magic I get to create with that. Everything, when it comes from the heart, is a service. And that means living your soul's purpose, having your dream job with the time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, creativity freedom, feeling the fulfillment of your soul's fulfilling your soul's path. Oh my gosh, it's available for you. I'm so grateful and honored that I've created it and that I get to help other people create it as well. And the sixth reason is probably my absolute favorite that I've been saving for the end, which are my clients. I love my clients so much. I feel like I just started smiling like 10 times more just thinking about them. There's this warmth that comes into my heart, and fuck, now I'm feeling emotional. I just love my clients so much. They are so amazing. They're like the most magical, special, amazing people on the planet. And what's so cool is, you know, I'll receive messages very often saying, Alicia, like I just received one the other day from a client called Danelle, and she was like, I just love learning from you. It's been many years that she's been a student and client of mine, and she just was like giving me all these compliments. But to me, like, although I'll receive the compliment, what I really see is she's seeing a reflection of herself, and I told her that, and it's just so cool to be a shining light for people to see reflections of themselves, right? Oh, it's just so amazing. And to see my clients grow and expand and fall in love and get married and woo, and like manifest like their dream babies and homes and careers. And you know, the number one thing, I've interviewed quite a few of my clients who have had a lot of success financially and in their careers, and the number one thing they all share, like they'll celebrate the money and all of these like more superficial manifestations, and they always tell me the number one thing that they're so grateful that they've learned is how to feel absolute peace and joy and love in any moment, to have developed the skills to tap into that peace anytime they feel stressed or worried. That's their favorite part. Across the board, that's everyone's favorite parts. And to master that skill is mastering manifestation. Or it's the first step. So, woo, didn't realize I was gonna get emotional. Any of my clients or students, hi, shout out to you. I love you deeply. I hope that this video inspires you. If you already are a coach or teacher, or if you've been feeling called to become one, I would really trust that path. Breathe into your heart. You'll know if you're feeling lit up right now, like you know it's for you. And who knows, maybe it's just the first step in the journey and it evolves into something else. Like, we can never know. What I will say is you might be feeling fear or resistance. And I heard something once that has changed my life. Scary plus exciting equals magic. Scary plus exciting equals magic. I can't tell you how many times I've been afraid in this journey of being an online coach and teacher, but it also had that buzz of excitement. And when I followed that, magic unfolded, and I've grown into a woman that I'm really, really proud of through this entrepreneurial journey. So I'm excited for you. And if you feel called to learn from me, I have two options. Well, 3 maybe. The first option is the Manifestation Teacher Training. So I teach this once a year. It's the 4th year I'm running this. There's only 20 spaces in total, and I just announced it. We're already 10% full. So if you feel called to that, it's a 5-month program where I teach you how to become a manifestation teacher, how to design your courses, how to teach it, how to master it within yourself. It's amazing. It's incredible. We've had so many students go through. You can read all about their experiences on the website. And there's an application for this because it's really important to me that anyone who enrolls, their heart is really in it. Because you can make a lot of money, like a lot, and you can experience and create all of this freedom. But I don't want that to be the only reason you join. I want your heart to be in it. I want you to feel passionate about manifestation and energy work and inner healing and wanting to share that with others, or to master it within yourself and add it to your practice in whatever way that manifests. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is the Abundance Embodied membership. This is where you can access all of my past courses and classes. They're amazing. There's well over $6,000 worth of content and support and lessons and meditations in there, helping you master manifestation within yourself. And finally, the third option that I said may or may not be available is one-on-one support, because I take on very few clients at a time. So you can check the links in the description for all of that. Either way, it felt good to share all of that. Share with me in the comments. Are you a coach or teacher? Do you feel called to it? I would love to hear and see what you're creating, and maybe I'll be supporting some of you inside of my own offers. All right, I love you. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.